Have you ever wondered what harsh realities you might face at 40 that you wish you had known in your 20s? Today we're diving into 40 hard truths that could have changed everything if only we had known them sooner. Stay tuned to avoid learning them the hard way. Number 1, your connection with others mirrors how you treat yourself. If you're unkind to yourself, you might end up with people who treat you the same. But if you treat yourself well, you'll attract others who treat you well too. Number 2, to boost your self-esteem. You need to do things that make you proud. Respect isn't just handed out, you have to earn it. Number 3, the biggest mistake is not giving it a shot. The only rejection is not speaking up. The only error is not taking a chance on something. Success and failure aren't clear-cut ideas. There's just thoughts before you take action, not after. Afterwards, things will be a blend of both. The true failure is doing nothing. Number 4, nobody's on their way to rescue you. There isn't just one thing that will fix everything for you. Goals, achievements, relationships, none of these will magically make everything better. You might always feel like you're not quite good enough and your life isn't quite what you want it to be. But that's okay, feeling this way is pretty normal. Number 5, be the kind of partner you desire. If you want someone who's healthy and fit, be healthy and fit yourself. If you desire loyalty and trustworthiness, then be loyal and trustworthy too. In simpler terms, would you want to date yourself? If not, that's a serious issue. Number 6, the best things in life get better over many years. I mean things like health, money, knowing stuff, feeling good about yourself, and having good relationships. These things might seem slow and annoying when you're young, but if you start working in them when you're young and keep at it, by the time you're in 30s and 40s, your life will be amazing. Number 7, the most thrilling and attractive things in life often start off incredibly enjoyable but eventually become less satisfying. When you're young, these things can be very distracting and take up a lot of your time and focus. This includes social media, casual sex, drugs and alcohol, video games, gambling, vacations, and blowjobs. The first experience is amazing, the second is almost as good, but after that, it's not this exciting. Number 8, if you're always saying yes to everything that interests you, it means you're not concentrating enough on what's truly important. There are so many things happening around us all the time. If you're not finding it hard to say no to some things, then you haven't figured out what really matters to you yet. Number 9, accepting that you're responsible for everything that goes wrong in your life helps more than it hurts. Many think that if you blame yourself for all the bad things, you'll just feel even worse. But it's actually the opposite. The more you accept responsibility, the more you empower yourself to fix their problems. Number 10, blaming others gives them power over you. When you blame someone else for your problems, you let them control your happiness and well-being. It's not smart, so avoid doing it. Number 11, if you have to say you're something, then you might not truly be that. A wealthy person doesn't feel the need to flaunt their wealth. A clever person doesn't feel the need to announce their intelligence. A confident person doesn't need to prove they're confident, they just are. Instead of talking about it, embody it. Number 12, motivation isn't what makes you act, it's what happens after you start. To feel motivated, just take a small step towards your goal and the energy will keep going. Number 13, love doesn't make commitment happen. It's what happens because of love. You don't need everything to be perfect before deciding to commit to someone. Instead, you commit to them to make your relationship perfect. Number 14, passion isn't what makes work good. It's what happens when work becomes good. You don't have to wait until you love something. Instead, you get good at something by learning and gaining skills. This process makes you passionate about it. Number 15, the one you marry is the one you have arguments with. The house you purchase is the one you fixed up. And the job you love is also the one that causes stress. Every good thing requires some sort of sacrifice. What brings us joy can also bring us sorrow. Number 16, a joyful life isn't one without any worries. It's one filled with purposeful challenges. Number 17, think of exercise as more than just a way to lose weight or earn a treat. Instead, see it as an investment in your well-being. Every bit of effort you put in will pay you back with even more energy. But the rewards might not come all at once. They build up over time, making it important to exercise regularly rather than just casually pushing yourself too hard. Number 18, believe in folks. They're mostly good. Sure, you might feel bad or shy at times, but the other option is much worse. Number 19, everyone faces problems in life. Warren Buffett and a homeless person both have money problems. Buffett's or seems better because he has more resources. As you grow, your problems change and often become more complex. Solving today's problems can lead to new challenges in the future. Number 20, often when we grow, it's not a time for happiness and parties. Instead, it can be quite tough. This is because growing means letting go. You have to say goodbye to your old ways, your old habits, your old passions, your old self. Change always involves some sadness, so it's important to allow yourself to feel sad. Number 20, on average, most people are not in great shape physically, feel worried or sad, lack strong social connections, and owe money. Being average isn't great. Number 22, if you always say yes and never say no, your agreements don't really matter. Our true selves are shown by what we choose not to do, what we give up, and what we refuse. If you give up nothing and refuse nothing, then you don't really have a sense of who you are. You're just a mirror reflecting what others want from you. Put simply, if you don't choose your identity, others will choose it for you. Number 23, watch how you describe yourself. Your identity is like a self-made jail in your mind, keeping you trapped and constantly looking for things to prove who you think you are. Describe yourself in a more flexible and unclear way. You feel less protective of your identity and more open to change when needed. Number 24, don't judge people. You don't know what they've experienced. Also, don't judge yourself too harshly. We're often not very fair when we think about ourselves. Number 25, most people don't think about you as often as you think about yourself. Whatever you worry about, most people around you probably haven't even noticed. That's because everyone is busy thinking about themselves. This might sound a bit sad, but it's actually freeing. It means you judge much less than what you think. Number 26, confidence isn't about expecting to succeed. It's about being okay with failing. When someone feels they must succeed at everything, they're called a narcissist. Number 27, learn to be okay with people not liking you. This mindset gives you the freedom to do what you think is right, even if others don't agree. Number 28, you can't be someone who really makes a difference in some people's lives without also being seen as a total joke by others. Having a big impact often means getting some hate, and usually the amount of hate is related to how big your impact is. Number 29, make sure to floss and use sunscreen every day. That might sound like your mom, but believe me, in 20 years you'll be glad you did. Number 30, amazing outcomes happen when you keep doing simple things for a long time. Any quick success actually comes from working quietly for many years, maybe even decades without much attention. Number 31, picking a partner isn't just about love. You're also picking someone to trust, talk to, get advice from, support you in your career, listen to you, invest time and energy in you, teach you things, travel with you, live with you, be your closest friend, and maybe even run a business with. I'm not saying you should expect your partner to be all these things, but the reality is they'll likely become all of these things in your life. That's what a relationship is, so choose wisely. Number 32, don't think that romantic love is all-powerful. Love won't magically solve problems in a relationship or make trust issues disappear. In reality, love can sometimes hurt as much as it helps. It's like a magnifying glass. It can make a good relationship even better, but it can also make a bad relationship much worse. Don't misunderstand me. Love is wonderful. It's truly beautiful when it's working well. However, for a relationship to be truly healthy, love alone isn't sufficient. Number 33, trust is super important in relationships. All the good ones are based on years of trust. If trust breaks, the relationship usually fails. So being honest and having integrity are key to having healthy relationships and being happy. Being dishonest or lacking integrity might seem like a quick win at first, but it'll mess you up in the end. So just don't do it. Number 34, if all your relationships have the same issue, guess what? You might be the problem. Number 35, every feeling is valid, but it's how we react to them that matters. Emotions can either help or hurt us. Learning to use our negative feelings in a positive way is a valuable skill. Number 36, throughout my life, I vowed never to become the person who goes to bed early on a Friday night or wakes up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. However, I must admit, mornings can be tough. Number 37, you don't need to prove anything to anyone, not even yourself. Let me repeat that for those who might have missed it. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, not even yourself. Number 38, life advice is similar to trying on clothes. If it doesn't fit, don't worry, just try something else. Bad advice won't be helpful for long, but good advice will stay with you forever. Number 39, In life, the things that matter most are often challenging, while the easy things are not so important. We might wish for everything to come easily, but we tend not to value or enjoy things that we haven't worked for. Therefore, instead of avoiding tough challenges, seek out the ones that bring you joy. Number 40, you can always change no matter your age. Let me tell you about my friend's grandmother. When her husband passed away, she was 62 years old. That's when she decided to start taking piano lessons, something she'd never done before. She practiced every day all day long, which surprised her family. They thought it was just a phase, a way for her to cope with her grief. She kept playing day after day, month after month. People thought she was crazy and advised her to give up, saying she was too old to learn something new, but she didn't listen. By the time she was in her 90s, she had been playing the piano for over 30 years, longer than most professional musicians have been alive. She had mastered the works of Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, Vivaldi. Everyone who heard her play thought she must have been a concert pianist in her youth. They couldn't believe it when she told them she had only started learning in her 60s. I love this story because it shows that even at an old age, you still have time to learn and master something new. I didn't start writing until I was 27, and I didn't start my YouTube channel until I was 36. I've always been a few years behind others, but it hasn't stopped me. It's never too late to start something new. I often receive emails from people asking if it's too late for them to change. My answer is always the same: it's never too late. The only thing holding us back is our excuses. So let's stop making excuses and start making changes. There you have it, the 40 harsh realities that I wish I learned when I was 20. Let us know which is your favorite. For more content like this, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.